Well, welcome to our Bible session today. I hope all is doing well. Continue praying for our world and people out there, the unspoken. We've had a lot of people asking for prayer, so continue to do so. But also remember to thank God for all the good things He's done in your life, because He has given us so much and so many good things. And I just know that He loves to hear from us when when we got something good and we're not asking for Him to straighten something out in our life. We're just saying thank you for what you've done for us. Today we're looking at evil has gotten to the point where it's normal. People don't pay any attention anymore because it's like normalized in our society. People look at it like, well, it's just part of what we do. It's part of our lives and part of how we live. So today, Psalms 34:14 is where we get our basis and our root from the teachings here today. When we think about it, we live in a time when many hearts are troubled by what they see. I mean, we look around and we see stuff that is just frightening. It just rocks the boat. I mean, it's to the point where you just don't. I mean, I walk away from it because it gets so bad sometimes. It feels as though wrongdoing just absolutely walks boldly in the streets of our cities and our areas, as though cruelty speaks louder than kindness, and as though darkness had somehow been given a seat at the table all of a sudden, and then we've pushed aside the light. Some have begun to whisper or even believe that evil has become normal. That's the thing about TV. It's like mind control. They put things on there. At first, people say, well, there's no place for this. This shouldn't be on here. But after a while, after seeing it, they get to where they just don't pay any attention. It becomes normalized. But let's be careful, because what we see is not always what is. You see, the noise of wrongdoing is loud, but that does not make it righteous, and that does not make it right. You see, the presence of darkness is real. But that does not mean that light has been extinguished and put out totally. Absolutely not. You see, evil has always existed, and it probably always will until God comes back and takes His rightful place on the throne and gets rid of all His sin. It's just going to continue happening. So it's not new to us. Our ancestors run through the same thing. We don't have a new set of sins out there. We got the same ones they have. We just see people doing it today, probably more than what they used to back then. What may be new is how often we are exposed to it today. You see, Heights broadcast. News media has gotten where it is absolutely just full of it. And you can see it all over the world. It's repeated and magnified before our eyes day after day after day. And when something is seen often enough, you see the human heart can grow tired, even numb. What once shocked us, and that's what I was saying earlier, may no longer even bother us. It just comes on our TV and we just don't pay any attention. I mean, there's things on there that are so ridiculous, it's unreal. At first, like I say, yeah, it bothers you, but then after a while, it doesn't bother you. It just happens, and you just hear it on TV and you're going about your business. You say, well, I don't watch it, but it's still there. You see, what once stirred conviction may now be met with total silence. There you go. We see stuff, we see it so much, we don't think anything about it. But hear the truth, and that truth is that God is not changed, and goodness has not lost its power. And just because something is common does not make it right. Just because something is visible does not make it victorious. You see, there's still people choosing honesty when lies would be a whole lot easier. There's still quiet acts of compassion that never makes the headlines and won't. There's still hearts that resist hatred, hands that serve, and voices that speaks the truth. You see, the world may highlight darkness, but heaven still offers you and I light and people around us. So what are we called to do when we think about what's going on? We're not called to blend in with what is broken. We're not called to accept what is harmful as that's just the way things are, or that's just life in the world we live in. You see, we're called to stand, to be steady, to be awake, to be different. We're called to be courageous and brave and stand in the gap. You know, where there's cruelty, we bring compassion. Where there's deception, we bring truth. And where there's despair, we bring hope. And we do not let our hearts grow numb because of the things that's happening in our world. We do not let repeated exposure dull our sense of right and wrong. We stand firm on that. We stand obedient to God, which leads to courage, and we stand firm. If we start giving in, and that's what's happened over the years. You see, Christianity's taken a back seat. People like to use things like certain groups out there like to tell us, the Bible tells us we're supposed to be tolerant. We are, but we're not supposed to accept sin as being part of our life. We're to be tolerant, but they use that word to beat us with it until we lose control of what we're truly all about, and that's about Jesus Christ and God our Father and Savior. We need to guard our spirit. We need to feed it with what is good and what is true and what is life-giving, and quit swallowing all this stuff that is brought to us on media. And because the danger is not that evil exists, the danger is that we become comfortable with it. Like I say, we see it, we don't like it, but we see it so much we get to the place where we don't do anything about it. We quit worrying about it. You know, I remember when on one of the TV programs, a well-known program, where they show these people in the nude. When it first came out, there was a lot of uproar, to the point they even took it away because it got so bad. But over the years, people got where they didn't say anything. Now it comes back and it's on every week, from what I understand. We got to stand up for what is right, and not just do it once, but stay with it, and quit being comfortable with whatever they want to push at us. And we will not be a people who are comfortable with darkness, period. And we need to be courageous in that and stand firm in that. We will be a people who carry the light of God in Jesus Christ, and we need to be proud of that. Stand firm and be proud to carry that light. Don't be ashamed of the gospel or the things that God stands for. We need to be proud of representing Him. Well, God bless, and I'll see you next week. I hope you have a good week and continue to pray. And remember, thank God for all the good things in your life. God bless.